Hi guys, welcome to Me and My Golf and welcome to another Impact Show. We're your coaches Andy and Pierce and we are at the Kingdom at TaylorMade and we're in the putting lab here with the Kingdom representative Dwayne Anderson. Dwayne, thanks for having us here today.
Thanks for being here, guys.
So guys, look, what we wanted to do today was actually take you through the importance of a putter fitting. You know, the key thing is really, we're at the experiential place here, the Kingdom, which is magnificent, where a lot of guys come here and get fitted for golf clubs, but a lot of golfers tend to overlook having a putter fitting.
We need to make sure we're playing the right putter for our stroke. We're all so different, and there's so many different types of putters out there with different hosel configurations, different shapes, different styles, and they all can do different things to us in our putting stroke. So we need to find the one that suits our tendencies. Just because we get a putter that they aim correctly doesn't mean they impact it correctly. So there's a lot going on in all the data. This is what a lot of people talk about when they leave the Kingdom, because they've never been through any kind of putter experience, let alone a fitting or a lesson or any. They walk up to stalls and pick this up and hit it, and pick this up and hit it, and all these different things, and for some reason, okay, that feels good, and they go putt with it, and then they go buy it. So we're taking them from that level to a point of, no, let's figure out which one should you be playing, and then let's modify it from there to your length, put your grip on it, make sure the lie and loft are correct. Yeah. Just like we do with every other club in our bag.
Okay, so Pierce has just hit a few shots then. Dwayne, what's the first thing, and we've got loads of numbers on here, what's the first thing, the key things that you like to look at?
Your face angle at address was 0.23 degrees, that's barely off center. This minus 0.75 is just about the left edge of the hole from 14 feet.
Okay.
So you impacted that, you addressed just slightly off center left, and you impacted it just about on the left edge, which from 14 feet is pretty good. Having a half a degree difference between address and impact is acceptable.
Okay.
Absolutely. And what was interesting is when we had you hit with the spider putter without the alignment tools, you were aimed right pretty significantly. So what we can see here with the spider putter, face angle at address and impact was still excellent. The difference was only a quarter of a degree, but the problem is the face was wide open.
So the style of the putter suited the stroke, but because I didn't have a line on there, it made it a little bit harder.
Harder for you to align.
And it's not the same with everybody though, is it? Some people have to have no line, you know, to make that to work. Obviously Jason Day inspired that putter, but without the line. But yeah, for me to putt now, I really need that line on there.
So we can also use this data to explain to the player why they're doing what's happening and why it's happening, and show them the benefit of a change to either a model or a length or a lie, and show them numerically what happened, just like we do out there. Right, with TrackMan.
And it's always, I think, when you've got the numbers to quantify it, it always then surprises the guys. And I think that's why a lot of the guys come in here and they go away and talk about it, because they don't expect to see the numbers like you do see on TrackMan. It's that actually, look, there's a big difference there, and the proof is obviously in those numbers. So.
Absolutely.
A lot of the fittings that you do, Dwayne, you talk so much about the face angle, which is so key. When a lot of guys at home tend to focus so much on actually what's going on at the path of the putter, and they get so much trying to control the path, and really the face, getting that face back to a good position of impact is the most important thing.
I find that a lot. A lot of people will try to fix some issue they're seeing by changing their path, and the reality is it's face. I've seen studies anywhere from 83% to 94% how important face is compared to path. So face angle's king, and there's some great face angle drills that a lot of good players use to practice their face angle. A chalk line is probably the best. Get a ball on the chalk line, roll it down the chalk line. If you successfully roll it down that chalk line, your face was square. If it rolls off it, you're open or closed, and you're not going to spend 5 minutes hitting it off that chalk line. You're going to figure it out. Put a chalk line with a couple tees in the ground for the ball to go through. These are face angle drills. A string line with 2 pencils is great, but only if you're a player that plays with your eyes over the ball, because the string forces your eyes right over the ball. So if you do that, string's a great drill to roll the ball down the line. We spend most of our time practicing our putting doing make-it drills. That's what I call them, make-it drills, where what's your goal in the drill? I'll make the putt, right? A circle at 6 feet going around, or, so it's important to include these face angle type drills in our practice routines.
What other things would you look at that are really key for the guys?
So some other things we can look at is lie angle. We can see here his toes 1.4 degrees toe down at impact, and that's acceptable. We've always kind of looked at it, if we can get within 2 degrees of zero on lie angle, we're doing well. You know, most of the time people are toe up.
Okay.
You know, the biggest, I would say the biggest, most people, if I had to kind of put it into a generalization, would be hands down toe up.
Okay.
So that's, you know, we see someone 3 or 4 degrees toe up, well, we can bend the putter flatter to accommodate, try to get them into that 2 degree range.
Okay.
So that's one thing we look at. The other thing this tells us pretty nicely is our shaft lean. So we can see it address and impact. You lean the shaft forward 1.6 degrees at address, and you return it 0.23 degrees at impact.
Okay.
So yeah, you forward press a little bit, and as you come through, you lose a little bit of it, but the good news is you don't bring the head in front of the hands and go backwards with the shaft, which adds loft to the putter.
Yeah, start chipping
Right.
in there. That's when people start bouncing on the greens sometimes
Yeah.
as well, and they don't often see that, but they often forget people add loft, don't they?
Right, Piers has just gone back to his club now, which is the Red Spider, with the line, because obviously it helps you line up. We've got some data here, the launch and spin on the Quintic. Let's just have a little talk through that, Dwayne, and see what he's doing.
Sure, so first thing we look at is this launch angle. That's the ball launching off the face. Right now that one measured at 2.9 degrees, which is a little toward the high side of acceptable. 1 to 3 is kind of what we're looking for. It could be from that up path,
Yeah.
right? That we need to maybe take about a degree of loft off this putter to bring that launch down. He's got 57 RPMs of topspin and forward roll, which is outstanding.
So Dwayne, in conclusion then, is there a future? Any hope here?
Absolutely. You're doing a lot of great things in your
Okay.
stroke.
That's interesting to see.
We
So
just
what
need-
would you recommend?
Yeah, we just need to make that lie angle maybe 1 degree more upright.
Yeah.
Take about 1 degree of loft off your putter.
Okay.
I think with
And
what you're doing right
it
now.
has to be a line. Have
Yes,
to have the line. So
definitely
whatever-
need a alignment tool.
Okay, okay. I think that's interesting that, you know, so many people will be looking at this and thinking, well, I can miss it left, I can miss it right, I can miss it short, obviously. So, you know, looking at the loft in that case, it's the only way you're going to find out what putter suits you is by getting fit.
Absolutely.
See these trends and how you can complement it.
Absolutely.
Okay, guys, look, hope you enjoyed that. Look, it is quite a deep insight, but the whole idea of this was, look, if you want to improve your putting, don't guess. Go and get a fitting. Find out what you're actually doing. And Dwayne, thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
Dwayne,
Last
thanks,
week
guys. Thank you.
and today.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much. Guys, hope you enjoyed that.
Post any comments down below. We'll see you soon.